Hey there, do you want to make art like this? I got the solution for you, buddy pal. Today I'll be showing you how to draw better, and you get to draw just like me. Yes, you want to draw like me, look at all the things I've made, yes. Come hither, watch this video and get good. And lucky for you, I have several tips. Tip number one. Go draw. Yeah, just go draw. Practice, lock in. Don't watch tutorials like this all the time and think you're just gonna get better. You won't. Tip 2, skin and hair. As you can see, I'm preparing my base and putting down a palette. You may be thinking, bitch, I don't know color theory. Who said I knew how to do any of that? Who do you think I am? And I say, chillax, I got you. I essentially color picked off of the person I'm going to be drawing today. All of this are just the different little colors I was able to find on top of them. I like to section them off and put them into little spots. Maybe try to tweak it to make it into a cohesive color palette. To find good color palettes, you can just look all over Pinterest. There's a lot of different cute color palettes there. But today I'm going to be using Sable from DVD. Yes, we're drawing her. Yes, I know. Slap down the base color and add in some little splotches like this. This is basically just so then we can smooth things out later and already have where all the highlights and darker colors are. I made you guys a chart kind of like this, see? It adds where, like a highlight spot will be. It's just good to know where you can start building off color and getting ready for blending. A lot of how I go about skin is really painterly, so I'll smooth it out and then add on layer after layer just so that it looks a little bit better. Here I'm gonna start doing her makeup. This is optional, but Sable obviously has makeup on. She has some face paint, whatever. Take your time to tack on highlights too while you're at it, since there's still gonna be light balancing off the planes of her face. Also, remember to carve out jawline and make sure that you're putting some definition in their skin. I don't know, I just don't like my art looking super two-dimensional. I feel compelled to mention also that you should practice learning how to draw more than just white skin or dark skin. Learn how to draw all kinds of skin colors. Knowing how to draw different undertones or even diverse features. It'll make you feel more comfortable as an artist, that you're not just limiting yourself to something that seems familiar to you. Being experimental and learning about different culture is part of art. Okay, lecture aside, let's get into hair. Sable's hair is white, so I'll start with a gray, a dark gray on top, and then the highlight of pink on bottom, and then a splash of actual white right across. Actual white's more of a highlight than anything, because look at these hair. There's always another color that's actually peeking through from the bottom. I start to blend in by taking the gray from the scalp down, and then adding the pink in from the bottom. The white is a soft highlight that makes it look like there's actual hair strands where there aren't. So this is my preference, but I'll eliminate the line art in the background so then it makes it look softer and less harsh. Tip 3. Sable's outfit has lace, and I'm a lazy bum, so I like to go on Pinterest, look up some lace texture overlay, choose a random similar one. And then I plop that bad boy into Ibis paint, lower the opacity, choose the multiply layer, and then just slap it down. The alpha lock layer is your best friend, so it's okay to utilize it, but make sure that you have the base colors down. Utilize your brushes for texture, but don't get too hung up on details yet. It's kind of crazy, but I don't know why I'm making a tutorial. I don't even know what I'm doing. I freeball this shit. Tip 4 rendering. So what the fuck is rendering? In my own words, it's the good shit. It's the stuff that makes it all come together. I let it be just as it is, which is adding in lighting, texture, details on the top of the art. But alas, for many artists young and old, it is the bane of their existence. But that's why I'm here, to make it a little bit better. See, here's my rendering tutorial. I forgot that I made this. Just whatever details you can put on top of the art is rendering. I felt like Sable's top was pretty flat, so I went over it with different colors and I just started to make reflections, along with redoing the ruffles on top. Adding in highlights and reflecting colors just goes a long way. It's also okay to ignore your line art sometimes. It's kind of more suggestion than anything. Now I start doing shadows on top of all the layers, making sure that I have enough depth. And then I might use an airbrush for the add layer so then I can start carving out where a harsh and soft shadow will be. Real quick, I'll show you how I arrange my tasty colors. So I'll typically take the color that's right next to the other and then take a long line like this. That kind of pink to purple, that purple to blue, yada yada. Or I'll rotate it around and I'll do a longer gap. So I chose to do that pink and purple combination on her sleeve and then around her hands and outlining essentially where your eye isn't catching the most. It also keeps the palette back on track. I'm not using a lime green or a bright blue. I'm choosing stuff that blends back in with her hair and her makeup. This part's a bit of a snore to watch, but it's just doing the tiny little details, like adding the little reflection to the top, the texture, the dots, the lines, gaps in the mesh. It makes such a big difference. Never skip over tiny details towards the end. People want to cut corners at the end, but it's just not worth it. Oh, now the blood details. So I used a certain brush that you can get on Ibis Paint or whatever, and I just started splotting it in. Try to create depth so then it doesn't look like you dyed your hair and didn't wash your hands. You can go about it in adding in slightly darker reds, building it up with different opacity, till eventually using a brighter red, because then you can use it as like a highlight for where the blood's more wet or where it's more dry. It just depends on you. Hopefully at this point you're starting to feel a little bit more satisfied. I mean, if you still feel like it's unfinished, there's a couple things you can do. You can flip around your canvas, you can check your reference, change the saturation. I change the saturation all the time. Check your lighting even. Maybe you'll catch something you want to change. But the most important step is next, which is
Tip 5, check values.
Easiest way for me to do this is I go over this in color mode with the black and white, and I just check to make sure if it looks good. I'm gonna be super honest with you. I think my values are not that good in this one, but oh well. What can I say? I'm a teacher, not a master. But my vision is coming to life. It looks good, and that's all that matters, is that what went from your brain is now on paper. And you can't get good if you don't even start. Oh, but you thought this was a masterpiece? No, we're still not done. We have one more step to go through. Hop on your little Pinterest and find some images because we have one more tip.
Tip 6, background.
After taking stuff off of Pinterest to make into a background, I start to photo bash it together and put it right behind my focal point, aka Sable. I'll try playing around with the colors, the blur, anything I possibly can, sometimes adding in different textures and then lighting on top. My point is to make it dreamy and hazy, but still cohesive with the main color palette that I had going on. Adding in the hot pink stripes make it look a little bit more strong and stable, and then I put her name in the background, just because text is always an eye-catching choice. Use a bunch of textures, don't be scared, especially if your main point doesn't have that many. Best tip I have to make an actually interesting background though is to keep with your character. I put her in the woods background because she's from DBD. Make sure she's the main focus. And now we are done! Woohoo! You know how to make masterpieces just like yours truly. This tutorial was fast and a little bit nonsensical, but I'm glad that you could stick around. Though I do have one more secret 7th tip. And no, I'm sorry, there's no jingle this time. If you ever feel like you don't have a good grasp on your art style and you don't like how it looks, or you're concerned that you're just really slow at drawing, or maybe your skill level struggles to improve, or hell, if you just have a bunch of haters all over the place, let me tell you this. Just relax. Practice. Practice makes perfect. I should know. I've been drawing since I was from the womb. And I know you're looking at me all crazy style because, oh, of course I'd say that. But here's something from like 4 years ago. Here's something I remade recently. Same photo, like 5-year difference. And I know it seems kind of silly to say, but drawing is supposed to be fun. Don't worry about where you're supposed to be because you'll get there. I promise you, you'll get there. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm CJoyfulH on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Go follow my art and maybe I'll make another video. I don't know. But yeah, bye.